Welcome back to Talk with Tay podcast. What's good with y'all, man? I'm back with episode 5. Just dropped episode 4, man. Make sure y'all go tap in and check that out. Subscribe to my channel, all of that. Man, today I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't even plan on recording this for real, but it was so heavy on me to come to the studio and just really speak on this. I got some interesting advice. Well, not even advice. I got some interesting feedback about a week ago or so. Yeah, about a week ago or so, right? I'm as I'm going through this experience and just life in general, right? I'm learning to accept, grow and accept feedback and criticism, right? Constructive criticism. This particular statement that was someone told me, right? It was like I should be more considerate of my viewers because it can be real heavy on them, and that kind of made me think a little bit. And I want to say this is for everyone, like everybody. If my content doesn't doesn't resonate with you that well, or it's too heavy, I understand. But if it's not for you, and then it's just not for you. You know what I mean? A lot of people are going through this experience, man. Grief is not it's not easy, man, and you know, nobody really talks about it. Nobody talks about the experiences that happens and in general, bro. Like we just don't have enough conversations about it itself and what it does to us and how it affects our lives, right? So many different dynamics, but yeah, so I just want to say, man, if it, appreciate everybody who support me, who've been watching me, but if it's not for you, then it's just not for you. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's not a bad thing, but I don't want people to feel like, you gotta watch my shit. Like you really don't. Like, you know what I mean? And shit, it's hard for me sometimes to watch. And it's me talking. It's my content, right? So, I can get some. Sometimes I can understand that these topics are not always the easiest to discuss, right? Especially when it's like dealing with sadness. And that's why I came to the studio today because it's going on 3 years in December since my mom died, and this experience has been really, yeah, it's been really hard. It's been really hard, man. And as of like a few days ago, right, I realized that there's some beauty and there's a lot of good things, unfortunately, right, that comes with grief. And it's taken me almost 3 years to really understand the good things about my experience. Something that's so hard, it's traumatic, and it's sad. Y'all know I could talk about this all day, man. I could talk about how bad I miss my mom. I could talk about everything, right? But there's a lot of good things that came from this experience. One, my mom doesn't have to suffer anymore. If you lost somebody, right, just think about some of the things that they had to deal with while on Earth. They may have not had the best life, right? May have been sick a lot. Like my mom, she was sick her whole life. Didn't really have much, man. She had a lot of regret, whatever. But she made the best out of her life, right? But watching her suffer, like in real time, throughout my life, that was some hard shit to watch. Although I do miss her, I'm glad I don't have to watch that no more. Like I really am. Like I'll be honest with you. I talk about, I wish my mom was here. I'd do anything to have her here. That's still true too, but I do I'm thankful that I don't have to watch her suffer. Don't have to watch her go in and out of hospital. Don't have to watch her, beat herself up about mistakes she made. You know what I mean? And I think that's the beauty, some of the beauty in grief to me. Like it's a on the good side of it. When I first seen my mom in that hospital, a few months before she died, I was visiting home back from school and shit. That man, I yeah, man, that was a hard. That image still plays in my head a lot. That was a hard thing to process at that time. And I'll be honest, I'm glad I don't have to see that no more. I'm glad. I'm glad I don't have to see that no more, man. That's not, if you had somebody that you lost and they were suffering, right? Just be thankful that they don't have to suffer no more. Yes, it hurts every day that my mom is not here, right? But knowing that she don't have to deal with certain things, the illness, certain people, certain things that made her life rough, you know. I can be at peace with that part of it. I can honestly sit here and say that I can be at peace with that part of it. And that takes a lot for me to get on here and even say this, right? To even just be at this point in general, that takes a lot, man. Grief a grief journey is real. It's real. It's real, man. That shit can not either make you or break you. And that's the reason I'm talking about it today because sometimes I have a hard time understanding how my life would, you know, just kind of I don't know, man, just I have no complaints right now. To be honest with you, I have no complaints at all. My life is great. I'm blessed. I can literally, I've been doing so many different experiences. I've been doing what I want pretty much. I've been able to chase after certain dreams and goals. Financially, I'm stable. Like, you know what I mean? I can travel. I do all of these good things, man. And although it does hurt for my mom not to see, this part of me, like Tay as a man, right? That part hurts. But we all say, right, this person wouldn't want you to suffer like this, or this person wouldn't want you to be moping and all of that. I'm still getting there with that part of it. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard not to be sad, bro. I don't know why people think that's like to miss someone is such a easy thing to kind of maneuver, right, man. It comes with all type of emotions, good and bad, happy and sad, right? But just knowing that my mom doesn't have to suffer and that I don't want for anything right now, like it kind of puts me at peace too, knowing that she left when she knew I would be good, if that makes sense. And I can live with that because I'm a mama's boy. That was my dog. Like that was everything to me, bro. Everything to me. She could change my whole entire mood with just one phone call. Not having her here is super hurtful. Not being able to pick up that phone and just call. Yeah, man, that pain's still there. But what about the good side of it? And I'm proud of myself for even stepping into this bag of it, right? Because I've been really fucked up for the last 3 years mentally. You know what I mean? Again, I have nothing is wrong with my life. Like I have a lot to be grateful for. Again, God has done so much for me. But then when I'm alone, man, when I'm sitting by myself, when I'm going to bed, you know what I mean? When I'm at the store, it's these small, it's all type of triggers just in everyday life. And I'm thankful that I'm here at this point. You know what I mean? It's hasn't been easy, man. The suicide things and all of that. That I think about that too, right? There's some beauty in that as well, because it was nothing a few years ago for me to make that decision, right? I thought about it so heavy to where I didn't care if I lived or die, right? But now it's like, bro, I don't ever want to think like that again. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't have my depressive moods or seasons or whatever, holidays, my mom's birthday and all of that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, but I like to think about it now. Is like, man, I would hurt a lot of people too, man, if I did that, bro. And I felt like I've been taken for granted, since my mom died and all the things happened and not hearing from certain people, certain relationships not working out and all that stuff. But man, I would hurt a lot of people if I decided to take my own life. So I really just have to thank God for allowing me to find purpose, and His purpose is talking. It's funny now, right? Just starting this journey, the podcast journey, coming from somebody who really didn't care to talk, right? Because I was bottling so much, man. It was hard to speak, man. It was just hard to even be in tune with just be in the moment, right? And now, bro, like I'm. It took my mom to pass away in order for me to find more purpose and find an outlet, bro. That's still I'm not able to wrap my head around it yet. But when my mom died, I asked God, I was like, why did you do it? You know what I mean? Like, why did you do that? Like, come on. Like that's how I felt. I was like, man, why now? Why? I love this person so much, right? I can't. I felt like I couldn't live without this person, but now it's like, okay, let's look at the facts here. My mom, her her health was not the greatest, right? She suffered her entire life. And sometimes I feel like me trying to find myself again, I needed to discover who I am on my own. And it was her time to leave. It was her time. It was her time. When she passed away, my life, and this is scary to me, bro, because everything, like I said again, everything started happening for me. Good things, a lot of good things, bro. I started grad school. I was playing baseball. I'm getting all type of opportunities, to do things with my career, right? I won a championship my last year playing ball in college. I got a master's degree, played professional baseball. All of these things, right? All of these accomplishments, man, and so much joy. It was hard to, it was hard to even embrace that part of me. It's a lot of things and I haven't even said yet that I accomplished too that I didn't did. You know what I mean? It's so much, bro. Like my life is literally like, to be fair, I never had a bad life. If I'm looking back now, I was always blessed in many different ways, right? But now, when my mom died, I was so sad, but it was so much good happening for me. I was just like, man, why? You know what I mean? Again, going back to that, like, man, why? Like, why is all of this good shit happening, knowing that I just, I'm going through this storm right now? And you know, that was honestly God trying to build some character for me, right? Testing my strength, testing my faith, most importantly, and it was tested for sure. And it was, man, look, it was definitely tested, man. But now I'm looking at it, it's a beautiful thing. I've always done things that I loved, right? But this outlet, this is different. Talking to y'all, it's a little different. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I felt like I was alone during this time. And the reason I started this podcast, one day I was fed up. I was like, man, dog, why nobody understand me? It's like if I talk, you know what I mean, it may be too heavy for people, or they just don't understand, you know what I mean? And I get that, and I was just like, bro, I'm tired, bro. I prop my phone up. I'll be on TikTok a lot, so I was like, man, I'm about to just record myself talking because I need to talk to somebody. Shit. So I recorded that video, just talking about my experience with grief, like this past 2 years, and how nobody understand me and what it's been like. Man, I don't even know how long the video was, but it was probably like 13 minutes or something like that. That's a pretty long time. No, I don't think it was 13 minutes. It was probably like 8 minutes or something like that. But I posted that video and I just went to sleep. I was like, man, I don't care. I got that shit out. It made me feel better, man. I woke up the next day. So many people were relatable to what I was saying. I was like, huh. So I'm really not alone in this, right? I just haven't found an outlet for it. So many people reaching out to me, man, and I appreciate y'all for appreciating me. Cause this is hard doing this, getting in front of this camera and talking like this, bro. From somebody who didn't want to talk, and now my experience is me being able to articulate things about how I feel, what I went through, even how I feel now. To get the feedback that I'm getting lets me know that I'm on the right path with this shit. Definitely lets me know, and I don't plan on stopping no time soon, man. Cause I say I didn't like to talk growing up and shit. I love to talk. I couldn't shut my damn mouth. But the pain that I was going through, man, it made me come off as like a mute, reserved person, in which I am. But ask anybody that know me, bro. I was a clown. Like I took all of that shit out, in school with my friends. And, sometimes I wouldn't stop talking, but when I'm around, you know, when I was around at home, I ain't had much to say. You know what I mean? So it's funny to look back at that and see how much just to see what I flourished into, and to know that I'm helping other people, bro. That's the most important thing. That's really why I started this. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I know people need it. People need an outlet. People need an outlet, bro. Nobody talk about these hard. Nobody wants to have these hard conversations. You know, people run from it. I ran from it until I decided that I just wasn't gonna run anymore from them. Like I like why was I running from my emotions so much, right? Why was I keeping everything bottled in? Because I didn't feel safe to talk about it. I didn't feel like I could trust anybody, but I can trust myself. I can trust myself. This is a safe space for me. I'm in the studio by myself right now. Like, and I recorded one episode in the, kind of in a with somebody else's engineering, you know, and it took me a minute to kind of get open. I mean, to open myself up. And now, man, it's like I really feel like I've been doing this podcast thing for a few years. I feel like I've been, and it's okay if I don't reach everybody, you know what I mean? But I'm reaching a lot of people, and it's important, bro. Like, it's important. It's important because most of the people that I, you know, engage with and who support me and watch me, they understand. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And I felt like I'm discovering a new person, new identity, right? Finding meaning in the loss of my mother. 2.5 years ago, if you would have asked me that question, bro, I would have straight up told you, ain't no meaning in this shit. This shit not supposed to happen. My mama's supposed to be here. Ain't nothing good about this. Now, almost 3 years later, bro, I'm able to say that it's a lot of good that came from this. As bad as it hurts, right? As bad as that sound, man. It's damn. I'm in this beautiful studio. I got this nice camera. I'm talking to y'all. More importantly, I'm talking to myself, right? I'm understanding me. I'm understanding who I am more now. Even dealing with my childhood trauma, I'm able to understand a lot of things now that my mom passed. And why does it take something so traumatic, right? Something so hurtful for good things to happen, man. That's like the most craziest theory to me, man. I like my mom dying, so now I'm discovering myself more. Like I'm able to be creative. I'm able to reach people. And since a kid, I always said when people ask me my purpose in life, or I would just think about it. You be in school, whatever, you talk about this shit. I always knew my purpose was to help people. I just didn't know how, bro. And over the years, I stuck with it though. I'm like, man, my purpose is to help in some way. Like I genuinely care about people. Like I care about the world. Motherfuckers that let you down though, but it's that heart, man. My mom left me with a golden heart, man. Like I don't know. I just care about people. I care about people's circumstances. I just care. Sometimes I care more about others than I do for myself. I'm pretty sure we've all experienced that to some degree. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a beautiful thing knowing that so much positive came from my mother's death. I spent so many these last few years, right? So many moments, so many thoughts, thinking about all the bad things that happened. And I was running from all of the good shit about my mom. Now that, you know, I don't even think I'm able to explain that. I don't know. I still don't know why I was running from those emotions. Like for example, bro, if I was scrolling through my phone, her picture came up, I swipe past it. I like, it was just like I was running from something. I'm running from that hurt. And I was like, this is my mom. I care so much about this lady. Like, why the fuck am I running? Her voicemails. You couldn't pay me to like you really couldn't pay me to go listen. I still got all her voicemails. Like you really couldn't pay me to go listen to that shit a few years ago, man. Now, it's like this is my mom. Why am I running from her? I know she was probably upset. and I was upset at myself because I'm like, why don't I want to hear her voice? Is it that painful? Like what's really going on with this shit? I didn't want to accept it. That's what it was. I didn't want to accept that she was really gone. And now I accept that she's gone. And again, she doesn't have to suffer. So I'm okay with that. At first, I was just like, man, she gone. That's it. Like, that she gone. No, she supposed to be living here. She supposed to be still living. She supposed to be able to call me, pick up the phone. Man, that was so much shit. So much bad shit is happening in this world, man. I don't. Even if I could bring my mom back, bro, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at all. Now, again, why was I running from this person that I love so much? Why was I running from those things, those emotions, right? I don't know. I don't know for real. Be honest. Think it really just hurt so much. It hurt so much to know that she was gone and there was nothing I could do, you know what I mean? I felt guilty for a lot of things. You know, but now I'm like, let's think about the good things, man. And there was so much good in my life as a kid, bro. Let's take away all the fucked up shit, all the poverty, you know, the food stamps, you know, living off $200 a month, shit like that. Take away all of that shit, right? Not having a car, having to walk everywhere, which it wasn't even a bad thing, bro. Struggle. Just take away the struggle, man. What was so good about it? What was so good about life for me? Everything, bro. I had a fucking ball as a kid, dog. I wouldn't rewrite my life story no other way, bro. I wouldn't change a single thing, bro. I had so much fun and joy as a kid, but that pain and those events that happened growing up, all of the bad things, bro, it just took over me, bro. I was surrounded by so much negativity too. A lot of people fighting demons and all of this shit, man. It just took control over me. It took up control over the way I thought, the way I acted, you know what I mean? But I loved my childhood, man. I love struggling. I don't I don't even know if that's I'm be out no, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't love struggle. I don't like I don't like struggling. Fuck that. But I'm saying though, like, it was nothing bad about my life, man. It was just circumstances, you know, they were what they were. The cards that were dealt, I had to just play my hand. We all had to play our hands. I used to run away from good memories of my mom, good memories of my childhood when she passed because I was just like, man, nah, why does this hurt so bad, man? Why? everything would be bad. I would think about all the bad shit that happened. I couldn't even force myself to think about, the good things, the good memories, her favorite songs, watching her sing Prince, right? Her being just so happy if we was able, to go eat out one weekend. You know what I mean? Things like that. Me and her catching the bus when I was a kid, spending time with each other. I mean, me getting in trouble, everybody laughing at it, right? And eventually she'd laugh at that shit later. It's so much, man. Like I gotta like probably my favorite memory of my mom, bro. I remember this was '04, probably '03, I think. Whatever year Bad Boys 2 came out, right? And my mom, she loved Bad Boys movies, bro. She loved those movies, bro. That was her favorite shit. The first one and the second, that was her shit, man. And I love it too because of her. Like, cause that's all, we used to pop that DVD and shit, watch that shit damn near probably every week, And when Bad Boys 2 came out that year, right, I think it came out in July. I remember it was a time. Now keep in mind, like, we grew up poor. Let's just say it for what it is, right? My mom got child support. She had food stamps. Wasn't much considering the fact that everybody she helped take care of in the house or whatever. It wasn't a lot to survive off of at all. But my mom, she would make a way. You know what I mean? And I remember it was probably around April, May, probably like late April, May. You know how you see movie previews, right? And Bad Boys 2 preview came out. She was like, we going to see that. Never thought nothing of it, right? Now we got $200 a month in child support, man, and we used to have to make that shit stretch the whole month, bro. The things that woman could do with little amounts of money, bro, it was just amazing to me, bro. That's why I admired her so much, man. She could have easily complained about it, but she made it work all throughout my childhood. And granted, it was a little money additional here and there. You feel me? Pops might kick some extra cash or some shit. Or she'd go, when she could work, she'd do little side jobs catering. That was my mom's thing. She loved to cook. She loved to help out catering my auntie and stuff like that. So it'll be a couple dollars, extra sometime. And she'd give me $5, couple dollars here to go to the ice cream truck and all of that shit. I go with my brothers. When they had a car, we stopped at McDonald's. I spent all my money on McDonald's or something. Just little shit like that. And then, man, I remember things got really tight around this time. Again, this is like in May when I'm about to get out of school. I'm in elementary school. Things got real tight. She was kind of like strict on just not even giving me, like I said, a little couple dollars here. She would do certain things with stuff she had to buy. Like she'd do it differently with things she had to buy for the house and all of that. She was doing it differently. And then I remember, bro, that little couple dollars, it stopped for a while, bro. And I was just like, man, I ain't think nothing of it. So fast forward, July come, Bad Boys 2 come out, right? I remember when it first came out that weekend, we went on a Sunday. She told me, I'm having fun. It's summertime. Like, I love summer. I be outside all the time. She told me, she was like, we got to go somewhere in the morning, so make sure we getting up and we going to catch the bus. I hated catching the bus, though. I was like, man, bro, this shit weak. I don't know, bro. I do not feel like that shit, bro. I used to hate doing that shit, bro. Like, I used to have to walk at my mom's pace, bro. She walked, at her own pace. But she was like, we got to get up. We going somewhere in the morning. Like I said, I don't want to do this shit. So we get up, man. We walk to the bus stop. The bus from the projects, bro, it was a little, I ain't gonna lie, it was a little walk. It's a little walk. Definitely probably like 15 minutes, man. It wasn't bad, but you feel me? It was a little walk. We walked to the bus stop. I don't know where we going. She was like, we got to go somewhere. We got to do something. I'm like, all right, cool. If I know we going to get on the bus to do something, we really got to do something because You know what I mean? So we on the bus. It's taking us I'm on the bus probably like an hour. And the movie theater wasn't that far from us. It was probably like a 20-minute drive. But we on the bus, making all these stops, getting to the movie theater. So we get by this mall, called Fairlane. If you know, you know. And I'm looking, you feel me? The bus going toward, where they drop off the people at the mall and the theater. I'm like, fuck we doing here? And she ain't saying nothing to me, you know what I mean? She just playing it cool. She ain't saying nothing to me, dog. And we get off at the bus, right? At the mall. I'm like, why are we here? So we walking toward the movie theater part. And then it's the big ass poster on the side. I don't know if they even still had those, man. They used to have them big ass posters on movie theater buildings, bro. Like you could just see it. Them bitches was big. I don't even think they got those no more. Like the big posters outside of the theater. So we walking toward the theater, right? She tapped me like this. I'm like, she was like, look, it's a Bad Boys 2 poster. She was like, yeah, we going to see that. And I was like, oh my God. That made sense, bro. She was so happy. Like she saved up my child support money, bro. I'm getting better at talking about this. I used to tell this story to certain people, and I couldn't even finish, man. But she saved up that money, bro, and for months, bro, she was strict. Like we, ain't, we already didn't have nothing, but we really didn't have nothing. Saved up this money just so me and her can have some time together, right? I used to always watch the first Bad Boys with her and shit, and she saved all that sacrifice. Of many things she sacrificed, but just so we can have that time to go to that movies, bro, and the look on her face, the smile and shit, bro, that shit was like, oh my gosh, she was happy that she was able to do that, bro, for me, for us. And we walking, bro, I'm just I'm a little nigga, man. I'm happy as hell. Like I'm with my mama, bro. We get in that theater. She bought me anything I wanted from the concession stand. I had nachos, I had a slushy, she had the popcorn, all type of shit, man. We get in there, we watch that movie, bro, and she loving it, dog. She's just excited. Everybody laughing and shit. It was a funny movie, man. Her favorite part was when they were singing the Bad Boy song, and Martin was like, whatever the fuck he said. But that was her favorite part, man. And she just loved that shit so much, bro. That was just a fun time, man. She bought me everything I wanted. And when you save up $200, man, that shit, that's not really a lot of money, man. You think about all the shit that we bought, concession, like movie theater food, still expensive to this day, you know what I mean? And she spent a lot of money that day, right? A lot of money. And I just remember eating up all that food and shit, that popcorn, nachos, drinking that fat ass slushy. I'm little as hell, bro. I'm like 7 or 8, and just seeing the look on her face when we walking out, man, we just happy, just happy, excited that she could do something. She couldn't do much. She couldn't do what she wanted to do for us, everybody, right? And she used to beat herself up about that a lot. But that's a good memory to relive, man, because I remember like being this just little boy, just excited to be with his mama, bro. Just excited to be with his mom. And we walking back to that bus stop. She holding my hand. We walking. It's dark. It's a little dark out. We get on that bus, man, and she She just loved me, bro. She'll rub my head, tap me, play with me, just mess with me. And I end up and falling asleep on her. And we got back to the final stop, man, and we walking back home. She holding my hand tight. She knew I was tired. I was sleepy. I was a little kid. You know what I mean? It's been a long day for me, bro. But just being able to relive shit like that, man. That's what I'm crying right now, bro. Cause this shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to make this, simply just a good thing, but like it's a good thing, even with me crying right now, bro. I ain't cried in a minute too, bro. Like shit, but fuck it. If I gotta cry now, I might as well let it out. But just being able to relive things like that and think about the good times we had, man, that's just one of them, bro. It's a good feeling. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a good feeling, man. It's joy from these cheers too. It's not just all pain. And I'm starting to realize that now. Like it doesn't have to always be pain, you know, in your hurt, in your loss. It doesn't always have to be like that. Now I'm working on just thinking more about just good things, good times, good memories, her favorite songs, her favorite color, favorite movies, favorite candy, favorite food. I don't think I said that. Whatever. Anything of hers, man. Any good times, man. It was a lot of good memories. I focused so much on the bad shit that I couldn't even enjoy the precious time that I had with her. Everything that she did for everybody, for me. All right. I couldn't, starting, today I need to really live in this shit. Like live in that. Remember her for who she was. Remember all the good things she did for for us. Because when I do have kids, bro, that's how I'm gonna love my kids, bro. That right there. Like one thing, probably the best thing she taught me was how to love. And I'm not taking away everything that she did teach me, you know what I mean? But she taught me how to love, bro, and she left me with the biggest heart ever. And I'm always be thankful for that because everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't got no heart. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't genuine, bro. Like a lot of shit be happening, dog. It's a lot of pain in this world, man. And I don't really want to live. I don't want to live my life no more just worrying about the negative side of my loss or just the negative shit in general. Like, yeah, my childhood was what it was, bro, but me being able to overcome those circumstances, right? Do something different with my life, be here right now, still alive, doing great things, right? Better in my life, bro, it's amazing to be able to come from that, come from the lowest and really make it out in any way. So it's a lot of people who still there. I can go back to my hood right now. It's a lot of people, same people still there, bro. So just knowing that my mom instilled that good, you know, that confidence, right? That resilience, that faith for me to go and do what I want, bro. I could never repay her back for that shit. I could never repay her back, man. And now I'm able to find even more purpose with my life. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. This episode was like, it's not even, I didn't even think about this too much, bro. I just know I need to talk about how you can find the meaning, finding meaning of loss. It's so easy to just to always focus on the bad shit. And even after I turn this camera off, right? Even after I release this episode, man, I can go right back to, being sad, which will always be there, right? The grief will always be there, but I can start somewhere, and this is a start for me. So yeah, man, this was heavy on me today, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. This was heavy on me, man. Man. I'm glad. I'm just glad. I have again. I have the opportunity, the flexibility, the resources, health, wealth, whatever, everything. Right. I'm glad I'm able to just come here and use this as a coping mechanism for me because it's helping me, it's helping other people, and it's fun to do, man. I like sitting in front of this camera and just talking, bro. You know what I mean? Because you know, a long time I didn't think people care about what I had to say, right? People close to me and all of that, but it's cool. I care about what I say, so it's all good. Like I ain't gonna trip on that shit no more. Yeah, man, it's just finding that purpose, rediscovering yourself, being able to find happiness, right? Find joy out of something so painful. It's an interesting journey. If you own this journey, just give it a little time. Just give it a little time. You gonna find what you're looking for. I promise you. I didn't go looking for this shit at all. I promise I didn't go looking for it. God led me here. My mom led me here. And this is where we at, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is where we at. And I couldn't be more excited about what's to come from this. Right? I really enjoy this. Like this is something I really enjoy doing in my free time, bro. Like one day I aspire, you know, my podcast is big, right? It's going, it's already making a difference, bro. But the vision that I have, I ain't gonna share right now. Just know, I I found what I was looking for, and I can't do nothing but be thankful and be happy about it. It's easy to be sad. It's easy to trick yourself to believe nothing is going right, especially in a time like this in this world, bro. It's a lot of things going on, man. It's a lot of bad shit going on, a lot of negative energy floating around. I'm just glad I'm able to come here and let this shit out, man, and just make it therapeutic for me and for maybe others out there who going through the same thing. Yeah, man. Again, bro, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support that I've gotten so far. Man, it's amazing for real, man. Y'all really saved me with this part of my journey for real. I ain't gonna lie to you, knowing that I can relate to y'all, relate to many people, a lot of people, man. Relate to people with experiences like this, and even inspire people to start, do something on their own, right? It's a beautiful thing, right? It's all like again, the whole purpose of this episode was to put an emphasis on the good and the bad when it comes to loss or grief, mental health. A lot of good things can come from very hurtful and painful things in your life, man. So if you think about it that way, you'll be all right. It'll take some time though. It'll take some time. Just make sure you keep that faith, man. You keep going. Make sure you keep going. Cause it's easy to give up, man. You can give up. I can give up right now. I can stop doing this podcast right now, right? I don't have no plans with that, man. But I hope to continue to reach people who need to hear things like this, and just being just being there for somebody. That's what matters to me. Just being there for somebody. All right, man. I'm out. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Yeah, man. Y'all take it easy, bro. Love each other. Love yourself. Go after what you want, man. Just do what you want to do in life, Brian. Don't build no roadblocks for yourself. Just go ahead and chase whatever it is that you want. All them ideas, all the businesses, whatever it is, man. Just do what you want, man. It'll set you free. I promise you. All right, y'all.